Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you on a journey, one that begins not on earth but in the vastness of heaven and plunges into the depths of hell only to rise again with the hope of redemption. John Milton's Paradise Lost is no ordinary poem. It is an epic that tells the tale of how mankind fell from grace and how that fall was part of a greater divine plan. It begins with a powerful line of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree. These words set the stage for a cosmic battle between obedience and pride, between God and Satan, and ultimately between good and evil. In Book 1 we meet Satan, not yet the figure of pure evil we often imagine, but a proud fallen angel. He and his fellow rebels have just been cast out of heaven, thrown into the burning lake of hell after daring to defy God. For 9 days they lay stunned in the darkness. Then Satan rises, majestic, defiant. He turns to his closest ally Beelzebub and delivers a speech that echoes through literary history. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. The fallen angels gather, and together they build Pandemonium, their grand capital, greater than any earthly monument. There they prepare to decide their next move. Book 2 brings us into the fiery council of demons. What should they do? Fight again, hide forever. Beelzebub offers another idea. If they cannot defeat God directly, then they will strike at his most beloved creation, man. Satan himself volunteers to undertake the dangerous journey to earth. As he ventures out, he meets 2 terrifying beings, Sin, his own daughter, and Death, her son. Together they open the gates of hell, and Satan sails through chaos and night in search of Eden. In Book 3, we shift to heaven. God watches as Satan makes his way towards earth. He knows what is to come. Man will fall, but not because God willed it. No man has free will, yet even before the fall, Christ steps forward and offers himself as a future sacrifice, promising to redeem mankind. Now in Book 4, Satan finds Eden. He sneaks in, marveling at the beauty of this paradise. He sees Adam and Eve for the first time and burns with jealousy. He disguises himself as a harmless angel and tricks Uriel, the guardian of the garden. But before long, the archangel Gabriel confronts him and Satan flees. Book 5 begins with Eve having a troubling dream. She sees herself eating the forbidden fruit. Raphael, a heavenly messenger, arrives and warns Adam of Satan's past rebellion, urging him to remain obedient. In Book 6, Raphael tells the story of that heavenly war. Satan and his legions once rose against God, but were met with the armies of the archangel Michael. The battle raged for days until Satan and his rebels were finally cast out, down into the abyss of hell. Book 7 shifts again. Adam, curious about the world, asks Raphael how it all came to be. Raphael then describes the grand creation, how God made the universe in 6 days, shaping earth, sky, sea, and stars before resting on the 7th. In Book 8, Adam shares his own story. He tells Raphael how he was created, how he longed for companionship, and how God gave him Eve, formed from his own rib, as a partner in love and life. But then in Book 9 everything changes. Satan returns, this time disguised as a serpent. He finds Eve alone and begins to tempt her. He flatters her, lies to her, and tells her that eating the fruit gave him speech and knowledge. Curious, she eats it, and later Adam, heartbroken but unwilling to part from her, eats it too. At that moment the world is wounded. The fall of man has begun. Book 10 reveals God's judgment. Adam and Eve are filled with shame. Sin and death now walk the earth. Satan returns to hell to celebrate, but his joy turns bitter when he and the others are turned into serpents, cursed for their deceit. In Book 11, the archangel Michael shows Adam what lies ahead: pain, suffering, envy, murder. He sees Cain killing Abel. He sees the flood. The world will be dark for a long time. But in Book 12, hope returns. Michael shows Adam a vision of the future, of a Savior who will come to redeem mankind. Christ will suffer, but through that suffering, humanity will find salvation. Adam and Eve are comforted. Though they must leave Eden, they do not leave without hope. They walk hand in hand into the world, ready to face it, guided by faith. And so Milton ends his tale not with despair, but with a promise that though man has fallen, redemption is always possible. Thank you.